You know, I wanted a very safe kind of turn 1 comp, but since he showed that, he has to remove the Leo from the field. Can he get a very strong turn 1? The units are very well speed tuned, so he doesn't get cut. He can even use the strip with the S shear and then move into reset, and that's what he does, but fails. Not enough accuracy, my friend.
Yeah, that's really rough, and I think he's got to stay into that Chung Pong as well, make sure he lands that. He does, gets the provoke as well. If he just capitalizes on it, can remove this unit from the field. No defense break. That would have been a dead Chung Pong right here. And with the multiple resets that he has, I think he's able to lock down H-Frog here and control that Shizuka.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that this Shizuka can come in and change the whole match because she will still have the immunity on and won't get reset by the Oliver.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're going to see... I mean, I was going to say, Shizuka should still be doing that 3rd skill. Folks are coming out there. Oh, and it's the worst. No, obviously beneficial to H-Frog, but Shizuka feels very much like a Wusa with that the additional turn, able to get that cooldown less on that 3rd skill, because it just feels like that 3rd skill pops out so often. But it's a great violent proc for H-Frog to help get the cooldown off of his 3rd. But that's a very dangerous proc for AJ to put up with.
I love that. The res on the Chung Pong is very, very key, but the Cardinal pick is super strong right here because you have 2 wind units. If he gets rid of them, 2 water units can take care of Masha late. So any second that this Chung Pong stays on the field means that he whittles down at that team, and the only sustain is Escher, and Escher is pretty short, and she resists the attack bar reduction. Here comes Cardinal. He can even skill 2 into skill 3. Oh, another proc to seal it up. Can he get rid of this Escher right now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know if you noticed it again, but Chung Pong there on Despair. It doesn't really matter now that he's removed from the field, though. But those are really, really impactful Despair stunts that he was pulling off onto the field here. And I think we've got a great opportunity to take a unit out. Goes for the dismount on the Masha, which I think is a good decision. Still remove that defense break from the field. That's pretty big.
Isn't it greedy, though? He let the Escher stay alive. If he doesn't, if he doesn't provoke, I was gonna say he was gonna pay dearly for that, but gets the provoke, brings back the Chongas, but not with the, imagine, the nerf is so powerful that he would have had skill 3 right now, right, Stoic?
Yep, that's right. I mean, it's so tough. It's so tough right now for AJ, because he's definitely going to be down 2 units very, very quickly. Because we know for a fact this is not a violent Escher, so we're not going to see a violent Escher pop out, get a big heal, save his team here. That's just not what's happening. We need to see a couple of violent procs come out of this Masha, and that's not at all that we see. So he's got to take lives right now, so if Escher's going to die, he's got to take it. That, in my opinion, was a little greedy, but Connell
very greedy. Again, he might pay for it. I kind of hope, he didn't get it. I kind of hoped he paid for it, because he's been very, very greedy. He can get a kill right now, but the Masha, no!
Oh, man. That's
huge.
A lot of additional turns coming out here for H-Frog. So even if Ajog does, like, play things right, you know, and I think he definitely played fine here, it's really, really tough to come back from all those additional turns coming out of H-Frog. So very, very tough game. A little bit one-sided, but it is what it is. We've seen this plenty of times here in SWC.
Yeah, that one definitely got away from him. I still really like the draft, the way that he played. On the other side, very greedy from H-Frog right here. Maybe if he continues to play like that, we'll see that AJ understands, you know what, my draft was solid, was consistent, I played well, escaped from me. You know, I didn't get a little bit of luck in there, but it's going to be an interesting match too. If the Oliver keeps proccing until the end of days, he might be able to solo this.
He's whittling him down.
It's about time, to be honest with you.
Oh no!
he's still coming
Lansing,
back.
Though,
I mean,
Lansing, kill the Shizuka.
The game owes AJ so much right now.
No, but go for the Shizuka now, my friend. Now you have to go for the
absorb.
Yes,
yep,
and kill the
great.
Shizuka.
He has to stay on the Shizuka. Keep that thing back. He
Oh my God! Wait,
decisions and
Shizuka,
additional turns
don't go on
here.
the Abelio. Yes, he played it right.
Wait a minute.
Get the kill.
He did. He needs to.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God!
AJ!
He deserves it.
AJ still trying to hold on.
Don't quit.
AJ deserves so much right now. He needs the attack bar pushback. Get it. Additional turn popping out here. He needs one more shot. It's over. Oh, I am so happy for AJ right now. I think Sean's a phenomenal unit as well. I give a lot of credit right now to AJ's team. I think AJ's got great synergy. I think he's got awesome sustain. I think Riley's definitely going to be a problem for H-Frog here. But again, Wusa, it's a very, very troublesome unit, especially when you don't have anything to beneficial effect remove.
I don't love that ban. I would have banned the Wusa any time of the day, and I'm glad that we got 2 picks already. The Tiana's out, the Veramos is out against the Nefties. So H-Frog's draft, very solid. Let's see how AJ does against this Wusa right now. The speed is favoring him, but if he does anything and puts it on Veramos, he's just going to give a tech bar for free. So it will all come down to kind of the battle of, does Wusa get out of immunity because of this Verd rotating, turn so much? Is that going to be a negative in the end? I'm kind of hoping to see that not, because it's a very safe draft.
Yeah, I feel like this can't be a triple revenge Verti-heal. I want to say this is a violent one, because it clearly wasn't a swift one. So it being on violent means it's going to be taking a lot of, or potentially taking a lot of turns, and then, getting out of his shield and immunity that he got up for his team here. So obviously that's not using boost to its full potential when you're just cycling out of your shields and immunity already. But I do think the draft is a little safe here, and I think Verti-heal is definitely going to be a problem for AJ with all the turn cycle he's going to be doing here. But I am expecting a window of opportunity here, because there is a lot of defense breaks, and I think this Fire Monkey King can provide a ton of damage.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Stoic. I think that like you talked about, the window of opportunity is probably when Nefties manages to land a Death Break, and then the Fire Monkey King has the skill too. That's going to be the thing. But right now, those stuns, very, very clutch. The Wusa already has immunity. So once that Verti-heal goes, and it is on Revenge, at least one set of it, he might be able to save this Chungpong right now. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Kinky is bringing a ton of damage to this field. I really like this combination with Riley. Riley's going to be keeping everyone not just really, really healthy, but attack buffed here. Oh, Lee, Despair stuns. We knew this unit was on Despair before, but if you missed it then, you got it now. There's 3 Despair stuns coming out from that Chungpong.
Oh my goodness.
If no proc happens here, this monkey's going to go bye-bye, and that is the one monster that could turn it around. With the protection from Wusa and no beneficial effect removal, I don't see this Kinky doing a lot. The Wusa was an amazing pick, and the Chungpong triple stun, super key, but very, very strong draft from the side of H-Frog this time. He said, last one, I went a little bit risky, was a little bit greedy. This time, I'm going to play it safe. Bird, bunch of sustain, protection from Wusa, and sorry, Wusa was the ban, my friend.
Yeah, Wusa was definitely a ban. It's just such an impactful unit there, especially when it was able to violent proc and get its third up in no time.
My God, I love that last pick instead of Oliver. It's a must ban, and to be completely honest, I feel safer with this draft than game 1 that he won down to the wire. I know that the Oliver was the one that soloed at the end, but the Moore is going to be mighty powerful if he gets stripped on the Shizuka. Oh, and he did.
And not just that alone, though. He also set the tone way better. His Escher went with the skill 3 and missed everything. And this time he went with the skill 2, and then the Moore, of course, landed true. We're seeing provokes across the field right now. We're seeing a Chungpong pretty much almost off the field already. He's able to get a Despair stun on top of the Scar, which is very, very lucky for H-Frog here.
The thing is that
the
Abellio. Yeah, the Abellio, my friend. He tries to get the block heal, but he doesn't get it, and the Abellio was very risky. Yeah, very, very risky. You know what's the worst case scenario? Actually, is if the Shizuka procs right now. Oh, she did. Oh, she did.
Don't wish that on him, Seppi. Don't wish that on him.
I would have loved seeing that, because it happens to me often. But the Masha can remove off the field right here. And the thing is that if the Shizuka brings back, beautiful damage from the Moore. The Moore is super key. If the Shizuka, is he going to get greedy? I wouldn't, right? Okay.
I know.
Great.
Honestly, I think I would have got greedy too and used the water reuse to set up that other kill and then just go for the defense break on something else. But I think AJ has time that he doesn't have to, kind of get greedy like that.
Yeah. That stun, though, is super strong on the Escher because the Escher now can die, and he is effectively dead, and it's a very important unit. What? Once again, a little bit of greed. Can you get a stun? No. Doesn't get a stun. A little bit of greed. The Escher will be removed from the field, and the Masha into these 2 water units doesn't really do a lot. If you kill the Sagar right here and the Escher, is going to be really difficult to get rid of those units.
Yeah, I also think Masha should have been using skills. It's 2 turns of immunity out there. He's not going to be landing a defense break, but we've got a violent Masha, and I think, see, he's not using the skills again. The skills, it's a multi-hit, would have dealt more damage. I think he has to use them. If he has them, he's got to use them.
Ah, that's a really good point, my friend. Right now, the Changpeng coming back with skill 3 and H-Frog with a very consistent draft.